Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
How is everyone tonight?
I know I'm doing pretty good for someone that visited Florida for 2 weeks.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm doing okay.
How are you doing after your incident?
Which one? Which one? Last night or
the one that you called me during?
I'm not remembering which one we're talking about right now.
The ER?
Oh, yes. Okay. That fall was the most damaging to my pride. I am off the crutches, even though I probably should still use them a little bit more to bear weight. Mm-hmm. But I'm largely okay. And I don't know if you saw the post that I made subsequent with, okay, here we go, land of the horse pills again. Yeah. That was because I'm in shingles outbreak number 12. And this time, lovely. At least it's not on my face, but it's not a location that I can show here. We'll just say it's in my sciatic nerve on the back of my right leg. So.
Michael Weir's asking us, what's the T? The T is angst. It's just angst. That's all we have to say. Not what type of angst. This is what you get.
All the angst.
All right. Well, Jess, you said you were dressed up as a certain character.
Give and take.
Give or take? What is this that you're... Describe what you are wearing tonight.
Well, for Halloween a few years ago, I wanted to go as Alice, but a lot of Alice costumes were slutty costumes, and what I'm wearing now is the only one that isn't, but it doesn't look anything like her dress.
But where I picked my friend who's a costume designer that hopefully will one day be on the show and say, Michelle, if you're watching this, design Jess an awesome Alice dress, please.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Crysstal has not joined us yet because, oh, wait.
Does this look like Alice's dress? No, it does not. No.
It's a pretty blue, but
yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is pretty, but it's not Alice.
And hi, Lourdes. I love you, Lourdes.
Oh, is Lourdes here? We got... All right, yeah. Let's do a call out while we're waiting on Crysstal. Crystal's having some tribbles again.
Oh, my.
They're eating the wires of the internet or something. I'm not... This is becoming a thing, and I'm... So let's see. I see Claude Salling, Jim Westbrook, Michael Weir, Matthew Bracey.
Alex, are you tuning in to us? Yes, he is. I just got the...
Wilhelm.
Hubby, you have to say something.
Donnie.
You're there.
Lourdes. Let's see. Yes. Oh, we lost people. Where's Crysstal? Oh, there we go. There's an Alex. He did chime in.
Hi, husband.
Hi.
So, Sarah, you were on the Starfleet After Dark last night?
That last night.
Oh, goodness. So, tell us a little bit about that while we're waiting.
Full can of worms or partial can of worms?
You know what? Might as well go full can. Spill that tea, honey. Spill the tea.
All over the carpet.
You will probably be able to say this. As producer, there are certain topics we try to stay away from to not create problems, because there is going to be large differences in opinion, and largely our opinion is not sought after as producer, so we keep our mouths
Have you watched Alec?
But as producer, when I'm producing, that's apparently my job.
Yeah.
And so some of the parts were actually legitimately funny and okay, but riffs about Tiffany needing the sweater because she has another kidney infection, so they're making her cold.
Yeah.
Plus other things that I'm not going to air this way because she doesn't want them public. But
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, it's making her cold, understandably.
Yeah.
Does really any more need to be said about that? And that was difficult. And some of the other things. And then when I got to the point where my pain levels had become at a place where I could not continue to maintain them, because this is far more casual and I'm not producing, I'm sitting here tonight.
Yeah.
While I was producing, I was sitting in my chair. With where my shingles is, that hurts a lot more right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And okay, I said I'm tapping out, and he says just buck up. And I'm just like, I can't tell if you're teasing me here, honey, or if you're not.
Yeah.
Alex, anybody, when you have had shingles 12 times,
Yeah.
then we'll talk. Because the first time I had it, I was 8 years old. At that time, it was over my right kidney, and not pretty. Let's just leave it there.
Yes.
So, anybody who doesn't know what shingles is, can I encapsulate that, Lyssa? Not to take over this time, but
really quickly.
Shingles is when your body, for whatever reason, doesn't fully fight off the chickenpox virus. So it goes and hides in the end of a nerve. Depending on the person, depends on where. Under certain circumstances, then it comes back out to play inside that nerve. And so it causes a lot of pain, itching, burning. Those kinds of words are ascribed to it. And it's just not pleasant.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The first time I had it, I was 8 years old. And they thought it was poison ivy. So, yeah.
I have no idea where my cup.
Pox, not the shingles.
I'm sorry?
Because usually that's the age for chicken pox, not.
But the reason I get it so often, we believe, is my immune system is, in short, can I swear, Lyssa, or do I need to not?
You can swear.
It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And
so sounds like it.
It keeps the way my husband used it as a descriptor earlier, it's like trying to hold on to a chain link fence in a flood.
What?
Because it keeps breaking through, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
it's kind of awful, but
not to cut you off or anything.
No.
While we're waiting on Crysstal, I'm going to bring up. So Emmy nominations are out, and apparently it was actually pretty good for nerds this year. So The Mandalorian, of course, on Disney Plus, got some. What We Do in the Shadows, Taika Waititi, naturally, who is actually connected to both because he directed an episode of Mandalorian and he's the creator of What We Do in the Shadows.
I need to get into The Mandalorian and be done with it, but I'm slow.
It is so good.
I am too. I watched quite a few
Baby
episodes.
Yoda.
Yeah, I've seen everyone just Baby Yoda everything. I'm just like, okay, he's cute, but I don't know if I want everything of him, but okay.
It's adorable. My headcanon.
It's adorable.
My headcanon is that it is Yoda and Yaddle's love child. It's about the right age. Because they said that the child is supposed to be like 56 or something like that in one of the episodes. And yeah, it's a baby because that species doesn't age the same way like humans do, for example. And so I am convinced it's their love child.
Okay, Lyssa.
Love
So
baby girl child.
It's Yodel. Baby Yodel.
Imzadi, will you please hand me the water? Because it's just
Oh,
out of
yeah.
Anyways, continuing on. Watchmen also got an Emmy nomination. And so did The Good Place.
I watched a little bit of The Good Place. I'm not sure what to think of it.
Same.
I enjoy it,
You wanna
but
put
it's not something I go out of my way to sit and watch.
Yeah.
a face floating in the dark? We love you, honey.
Anyway, moving on. So, we're constantly coming back around to the topic of conventions. Which convention has canceled this week? What are these conventions doing instead of a physical meet?
Shore Leave they did sort of a virtual one, and they also have reconfirmed all the same guests that they would have had for this year's. And that makes me so happy, because just saying, I can't wait to meet Alex Kingston. Just putting that out there.
That is fair. Alex, I mean, spoilers.
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 Hello, sweetie. Is the only girl wearing the TARDIS right now?
Well, I'm sitting on the TARDIS.
You're sitting on the TARDIS. How nice.
My purse is over there. I'm not.
As Lyssa can tell you, and as Alex can tell you, hubby, my guest shower bathroom curtain is a TARDIS.
Yes, it is.
And I did consider wearing just the TARDIS, but in all things, I decided that with the Enterprise would be good for tonight too. So, honoring all the things.
Yes. Yes.
Give me all the nerdy nummies.
All the nerdies.
Yes.
But on the note of the conventions, the biggest thing people are seeming to miss is the camaraderie.
Yes, absolutely.
So I've only been at Anime Expo. Never had enough money for Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Comic-Con is like prohibitively expensive.
Not cheap, and you would always miss something that you wanted to do. Which is the lesser of two evils that you want to do, and yeah.
But anyways, so people are having to come up with ways that they would normally not use to fill this void. So Discord servers, Facebook groups, things like that. So I guess
an episode of Superstore where they're like doing the whole Comic-Con thing through the web, and it's like 45 minutes long or whatever, but it's like episode 0 because it's not actually an episode of the show.
Yeah.
And I watched it this morning. It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah. But so my question for you guys is, in lieu of going to these cons this year, what are you doing in order to fill that void of that con itch?
Well, that's gonna be a thing, and I want to rewind back for a little bit before COVID, and talk about Farpoint, and a little bit before that. So our dear friend Todd had just passed away at the end of 19. And then going to Farpoint, I kept expecting to hear his voice. And I wasn't. So it's like, something's wrong here. And then I had to stop myself and realize Todd's not here. And now more people that would go to Shore Leave and Farpoint have passed away either from COVID or other things. And so on one hand, I do miss that camaraderie. But going back is going to be, oh man, that's going to be a sucker punch. So I talk to these people that I had that camaraderie with that much more now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. And being a CO plus a producer for Russell has me pretty busy, so I just do it that way.
Mood?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm with Wilhelm on this one. Nerd friends on Discord and cosplay TikTok and Facebook groups and the entire shebang here.
Sorry, Lyssa. I'm calling it. I'm in a mood. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
It's been like forever since I've been to Anime Expo, so studying video games, I guess.
Oh, Jim.
Jim. Seriously?
Or a throwback to last night that was actually kind of funny. 3 Cliggets is what you take for that.
Cliggets?
Cliggets. Lourdes, I know you're watching. Would you like to explain 3 Cliggets? Because, yeah. Can you bring that up, Lyssa? Because I can't read it.
She said, Lourdes said, I imagine post-COVID conventions will be packed for a few years if we can get there. Yes. Especially, like, as soon as the movie industry, well, the entertainment industry in general, is able to start back up. Obviously, like, for a while, we are going to have a time where we're kind of devoid of new content in certain things. So we're not going to have new movies coming out probably this fall or early January next year.
And Funimation is slowing down their dub videos. Like they're falling far behind when it comes to Fruits Basket, when it comes to having it being dubbed.
Yeah. Well, and the thing with the dubbing is, like, some people do have like a professional quality recording studio at home if they're a professional voice actor, but most of them don't.
We do have a
There's a wild Crysstal!
Hi! Hi! Y'all don't need me. We get all splayed out there in your wigs and your costumes. You say y'all don't need
I might have to
me.
take mine off. Like my head is like burning up.
Oh,
I know!
For you, baby.
oh.
I'm tempted. Alright, I'm gonna stand up for a second and turn the fan higher.
See, this is what happened. Like, whether you're at Comic-Con or you are sitting at home in front of a computer, cosplay is not for the faint of heart. It is
Yes.
not. It is not.
Yes. Cosplay
is commitment.
It's a cosplay. It's not for the faint of heart.
Commitment.
And if you're doing
Right
it at home,
there.
you are committing to the weird looks of your family members.
Yeah. Well, this is true.
No,
Already.
I want to just sit there and laugh and say, yes, please.
No,
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
So Josh
This one
came into the
will give me
room as
I don't know if you can see her right now.
Huh?
Can you bring me up for a second there, Lyssa, or so we can show who's in my lap, please?
Oh, she wants to see the kitty.
Let's see.
No, we brought Lyssa full screen.
I've tried it. There we go.
There we go.
That's how I do it.
Kitty.
Kitty.
Kitty. I'll see. I'll see if I can get Chico. Chico and I hit the road tomorrow to take him to his new daddy.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
Crysstal.
Thank you. Yeah, me, my mom, and 2 dogs.
Nice.
We're taking 80 for company. So, hello.
Yes, this does feel better now that I have the fan gods. It's my biggest fan.
What's your biggest fan?
Crysstal, I need Itty's measurements so that I can knit her a doggy sweater.
Thank you. Yes, I will. I will get that. I think she's hit one plateau, and I don't think we'll see the next burst until, in my experience, when they get to like 8-9 months, there's another bit of a burst.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be stagnant for a little while, probably like 2 months. She'll be stagnant. So, thank you for that.
If you want any others, let me know. Just give me some time in between for my paws to recover.
Yeah, the vet is absolutely convinced she'll be like 20 pounds. So,
Yeah.
So much for itty bitty. God.
Yeah.
This
Itty bitty.
bait and switch. How's everyone doing tonight? What are we talking about? What are we doing? What's going on? What's going on? It's all
What were we
good.
just talking about? Wow, I got excited
Michael.
about Crysstal being here, and then I was like, wait a minute.
There's
Here, I'll throw out.
Chico's new daddy. There's Chico's. Yeah, drinks. I have drinks. I got my drinks.
Oh,
There's-
we were
I've
talking
actually been
about
practicing with my
conventions.
Conventions and how to fill the void.
Yeah,
So-
what people are doing to fill the void for
I
the
am-
camaraderie.
enjoying the crap out of the masquerade at home videos that people have now posted post masquerade. They're gorgeous because people got to like film themselves as Xena in Scotland for their submission. You know what I mean? Like people got to really do the full like produced music video version of their cosplays for masquerade, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. Which
That is kind of cool.
Nice.
So I was enjoying it. I miss Masquerade. The last few years during San Diego Comic-Con. So I judged for I judged 3 competitions for one company, and then I was able to do the next year for another one, but never San Diego Comic-Con. And the last several years for San Diego Comic-Con, I had to watch from another room. It was just impossible to get into the actual location. Which it was, were they doing room 20 that last year? Or were they doing Hall H? It wasn't Hall H. It wasn't Hall H. Anyway, when you're in there, you get to watch it live. I don't know if you've ever seen how they do it for San Diego. It's all over YouTube. That masquerade competition, the first couple of years that they did like the whole scripted, you could do your whole character like a whole. It was amazing. And some of them are just, like the X-Wing girl clearly went viral. That was an amazing one. For me, getting to see people still do their costumes, still get to be these characters, those videos that they're producing has been very satisfying. Maybe even more satisfying than some of the panels. Just saying. I am loving Masquerade at Home right now. That is... Yeah, and it's internationally amazing is what I'm like. Again, yeah.
I mean, I got into D&D TikTok because of COVID.
Yes.
I mean, that's...
So somewhere between #Free Britney and Masquerade at Home is the embodiment of quarantine and what it means for us socially. Somewhere between the two of those things is exactly what's happening. I was going over the Emmy nominations. They will do an Emmy on the Emmy shows. So I mean, I was happy. I was the Mandalorian, Emmy nominated.
It might
Voila.
actually, since Disney Plus has shitload of money.
Yes, they did the same campaigning that Netflix did so Netflix could be considered a legit airing. Not just broadcast TV. So yeah, you had I don't know. I think so. Yeah, outstanding drama series: Better Call Saul, The Crown, Handmaid's Tale, Killing Eve, and The Mandalorian. There's a variety for you.
I'm gonna watch Mandalorian over Handmaid's Tale.
Ozark, Stranger Things. So Stranger Things and Mandalorian. So you had a Hulu broadcast You had Mandalorian from Disney Plus, and you had Stranger Things from Netflix. Ozark. Ozark is on. Is that Netflix?
It's Netflix.
Yeah.
That's
There you go.
Yeah.
I've got friends who worked on that. So
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel
Yes.
got her comedy on What We Do in the Shadows. Hey.
that's
Yes.
such a great. I need to actually finish this first season.
You need to see the show. It's so good.
It's so good. Like the episodes I've watched are amazing.
I need to get current on Handmaids again, but what I did watch was
Handmaid's Tale. If you go back into it, I strongly recommend watching videos where people dissect it and the behind the scenes, because you get so much more. This is one of those shows where you talk to the creators and you talk to the actors, you talk to the producers, because it's so much more than the book now, right? Like it's its own entity at this point.
The same show that like a whole bunch of Trump supporters were insulting the show, saying that it's anti-Trump, when the book Handmaid's Tale was made way before Trump even ran for president.
I mean,
yeah, I read that in my junior year of high school 12 years ago. Okay? Like, Trump wasn't even remotely campaigning.
This is just anti-Trump propaganda. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
I'm sorry, but if the shoe fits, bitch. Like, come on.
And then you noticed it, I'm just like, you're the one that said it, not us.
Right.
Oh,
It just
Michael Weir is asking what D&D TikTok is.
Yeah.
So TikTok is a social media app where, much like YouTube, you do videos. However, they are 15 seconds to a minute long. And so you can make it about whatever you want. And I primarily do Dungeons and Dragons related ones. So I am currently in my original character cosplay, Killa Chandra.
So this is Michael Weir's future dog.
With his pillow of shame. Not the cone of shame,
Now
it's
he has
the
a
pillow
pillow
of
of shame. Which he is. Yes, D&D TikTok. Yes. D&D TikTok. So yeah, so here you go. I Michael, remind me what you're gonna rename him. I think Pow Pow or something like that. We just calling him Chico, which is just another way to say doggy or little doggy or doggy friend. So hi. He's doing really well.
he's not a fan of that pillow collar of shame.
Well, not when he's trying to sleep, unfortunately. Typical guy goes right for the nuts every time. Every time. It's
that's so true. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it's Pow Pow. That's what
Pow
Michael
Pow.
Weir is calling him.
Yeah, Pow Pow. So yeah, he's looking good.
If only we could harness his ego for power for Trump.
For good.
Would that be
Pow-
considered
Pow-
a renewable resource?
Yeah, that's right.
Florida.
So yes, Chico and I, with Itty as a traveling companion and my mother as my traveling companion, will be hitting the road tomorrow.
Are you going to have some show tunes on the way?
Hello, my dog. Gal.
My mother and I are both singers, so there's a possibility, but we like to listen to comedy shows. But if she asks one more time if we could do George Carlin, I love the guy, but I got it memorized. I don't need to hear it again. I'm good.
That's fair.
I'm good.
So do show tunes from anything, and then that'll just be the end of that.
Just listen to Les Mis or Hamilton. You got your angst right there.
Yes.
Les Mis, all the angst. I haven't seen it yet.
We still have to see Hamilton on Disney Plus. We actually haven't had a chance.
So do we.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to sit and watch it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have the subtitles on because I won't understand quite a bit of it because how fast the rap is.
Oh,
They go.
yeah. They are boom, 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 boom. They are spitting. Like, it's so fast.
And well, it's so learned at this point. Like they did this for years. They've got it down. So it's he falls asleep like this. By the way, he just like his head resting on his. I got Chico. Yeah.
Could you make Lourdes's comment there bigger, please?
Which one?
The one called.
Who would need fusion? I mean, the batteries would be orange and covered in spray
Lourdes, this one's for you.
Oh, little boy.
Hi, Alec.
And
Right? See my
the
cheek.
first thing is noticeable.
He's got a little.
You know
Oh my
he's got
goodness.
a spray tan because of his eyes.
I can't tell
You
what
can
that
see
is.
the whiteness of his eyelids, and it's like it totally stands out more than the spray tan itself.
Ugh.
You look so awful. I'm sorry.
That's alright. If he's so convinced orange is his good color, he'll have plenty of years to get used to that after this.
Like, I'm not sure if we should keep calling him Cheeto because I love Cheetos, but I don't love Trump.
Don't insult
That's
Cheetos.
true. Yeah, don't insult the Cheetos. It's not.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see what else we got. Trying to see who. Okay, so yeah, Rachel Brosnahan, of course, for The Marvelous Miss Maisel got nominated. Catherine O'Hara. Come on, Sally Stitches right there. Schitt's Creek. Got nominated for leading actress. I like The Good Place. I like that on Netflix.
Yeah.
So that got nominated as well for comedy series. I'm trying to think of all the nerdy, like it's a good nerd showing this year. I'm all
Lourdes,
for
I'm
that.
sorry the babies are asleep now that the one good night. I'm sorry.
What? Huh? Yeah.
And Crysstal, you were supposed to assign her to me because I am her CO. She is my engineer. She's mine.
Wait, which one? Who? Who was I supposed to bring? Oh, Lourdes.
When you, Lourdes, Kelly, and were on.
Yes.
Lourdes is my chief engineer.
Ah. Okay. I
That's
got
what I
you.
was trying to tell you. And there was so much I wanted to say that night.
I got you. I mean, it's only an hour show.
I know.
Glow. How about Glow? So Glow got a supporting actress nomination. I'm all about Glow. I love Glow.
Glow?
Glow. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Oh, I've not watched that.
What is wrong with you?
I didn't even know that it existed.
I don't like sports. It's not something I'm interested in.
I only watch hockey when it comes to sports.
I only watch soccer when it's World Cup season.
It's a TV show about the girls that did Glow in the 80s. Come on, it's really good. You gotta give it a shot. Okay, so the only thing that's ever worked for my dogs when I needed them to stop. Hold on, I'm getting an echo. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right, we're gonna try that for a minute. So the only thing that ever worked getting my dogs to stop eating what they weren't supposed to eat is to just find the treat that they would eat, sleep, breathe, and die for. And something like you just gotta keep searching.
Loudly, or this one will think she wants them. Is it coming?
I'm hearing
Is it
that.
what? Let's try this. How's that? Is that better? I'm messing with the speakers.
I don't hear it when you're talking.
Is it coming from?
Not now.
Wait,
Yeah.
Jess, you talk.
Blah blah blah. Something something.
All right, Sarah, say something. I think we're good now.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had that problem where they're finding and they get into a habit. Like they figure out what a battery is, so they chew on a battery. They figure out what plastic is. Eddie chews on carpet right now. Like they get into a habit because it felt good the first time. It's just like drugs. Like I just want to keep doing this. So you have to find the drug that they like more. That isn't.
It makes the happy juice in their brain, and then they go wee.
Thank you
And
for substituting the word drugs because I don't want this one because she's too smart to get any ideas.
Itty.
Speaking of which, yeah. So we had to find the, and it could take time. Unfortunately, there's no overnight fix for breaking a habit, except finding something that they like to do more. Because you're not going to get them to stop. She leaves blood trails all over the house because she's teething so bad right now. And the teeth and we have yeah. So we had to find other stuff. I was looking for a Lex Luthor doll I used to have, like this rubber Lex Luthor doll I used to have. And I was like, go chew that all you want. Chew it up. But yeah, I've always had to just find something that they liked more. So yeah, common, and that goes for kids too. Like you want them to stop sucking their thumb, you got to find something they want to do more than suck their thumb.
Or you can also put what is it, like the bitter apple stuff on their fingers.
And for some of them it works, and others, I had one friend, like it was nothing for her anxiety. She ended up just with bloody fingers until her mother finally decided to put acrylic nails, like just take her to the nail salon and got her nails done every couple of weeks. That's the only thing that worked, because she couldn't
That's
mess with
what
them.
helped me stop buying my nails more than those other things.
Yep.
Yeah,
dogs are the same.
that's true.
Yeah,
Like
dogs are the same.
if I have the acrylic nails, I'm less likely to bite on my nails. It's a nervous habit, and it's a bad one to have.
Horrible habit. Let me grab my glow. Hold on, I got my glow dolls.
One of the other things that I would do is I'd take a rubber band, and every time I caught myself, snap. But that only works when you catch yourself. Like this one I want to keep messing with because it's uneven, so I want to sit here but I'm self-control here.
Yeah.
All right, I've got it. Sorry.
Oh, shiny.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was able to get this at one point. So those are the two leads right now, and they play Liberty Bell and what does she go by? Liberty Bell and what is her Russian evil villain thing? Anyway,
Kind of Adam.
So if you haven't seen Glow, wonderful casting. It really interesting storylines, an excellent job of creating the 80s world of the Glow ladies. And it deals with the fact that they keep everything was so on PC back then.
We're just gonna watch it.
Yeah. I dug out the Glow stuff. And then I was able to find my old pop figures for those ones I wanted to show because
Rainbow Dash and
no name.
I'm having trouble telling.
So they can't use the word derpy anymore. So this is what they do now. Derpy doesn't have a name anymore.
Why can't you say derpy?
But she's derpy.
Huh?
Why can't you derpy anymore?
There's no derpy anymore. And I have some derpy stuff, but they never caught. They can't. There is no name for derpy. Derpy has no name. They do the emojis on the official merchandise. Yeah, you're not allowed to call it derpy anymore. Her, him, herm.
Her.
So her.
I've heard her talk.
Yeah. But I ended up buying that because it had that. It's the first time I'd ever seen them do. I take that back. I have a messenger bag. I have a derpy messenger bag with her, him, herm on the bag, and then a charm bracelet that I got. But I don't think that says that they ever. I don't know if they ever used derpy. Like I think that was a name. I don't even know if they ever. Yeah.
I think they actually stated her name before.
At one point, she was called that, and I want to say she because I remember. I think at some point somebody said she, although you can't tell until somebody says.
On the show,
she. Yeah, it was a she. Yeah, I found that interesting. That there's, it was, not a name that most people approved of.
Where do you watch it, Crysstal, for Glow?
Watch Glow. That's on Netflix. All right. Yeah, that's on Netflix. That's two seasons in. And of course it's based on the actual Glow ladies and that movement. So the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. Yeah, it's fascinating. I like it. I'm glad it got a nomination. I'm glad that that's going to be represented there. Lots of actor nominations for Marvelous Miss Maisel. I hope that got a script nomination too, because some of the best writing out there.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion would be that one. Watchmen got a few nominations, so yay. Hopefully everyone's gotten a chance to see at least some of that. Variety Talk series Shocker. I don't see a nomination for Ellen anywhere.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. And neither. I don't think normally I guess she would qualify for the daytime Emmys, but I don't know about that one either.
I don't
So she
all these type of
officially
awards and whatnot, so.
under investigation, by the way. The Ellen show is
Oh, are
officially
they?
What? Why?
for toxic environment accusations. So after the BuzzFeed story broke, the Warner Brothers itself, with a third-party firm, has now put out a memo to all past and current employees that they will be conducting interviews and a full investigation into the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Okay, full disclosure, since I don't watch the Ellen DeGeneres show, what happened?
It started with a Twitter feed, really, where it basically got public notice, and the Twitter feed had to do with somebody saying, so, what do you, like, basically share your stories about Ellen here. Like, it started with one person making accusation, and the stories got around where, Ellen DeGeneres actually is not a wonderful person to work for. The environment created is one that's very hostile towards the employees. And that's perpetuated by the producers, not just Ellen. And there were even situations they couldn't say Ellen was involved in, so much as, this is your show, why aren't you doing something about this? Type situations. Now, fast forward, and BuzzFeed came out with a major expose that had to do with interviewing more than a dozen people who went on record, even if not with their name, but they wanted their story to be on the record, and BuzzFeed has their information. These were past and current employees, and they were basically backing each other up, saying, yes, this really did happen. Yes, they really did threaten to fire somebody because they took time off for a funeral. Yes, they really did. Somebody was one of the few Black people employed by the show, and she went forward to production to complain that there were like microaggressions and people not understanding that there's certain things you don't say, and there's just not a way you treat people because they're Black. And she was threatened with getting fired. Not anybody else. Somebody
that if it's like
Jim's trying to kiss her ass.
They're doing this. Could there be a possibility that Ellen doesn't know anything about this?
Unfortunately, several of the accusations were leveled at her as well, also by past assistants, by people that encountered her, by past guests of the show, and by a former bodyguard, saying that her attitude is, if you're not in a certain demographic, don't speak to me. What they're saying is that she's created this buffer of producers so that nobody beneath those producers ever approaches her. Don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't approach me. But I'm going to go tell the public that we're all a family here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
It is a problem. And, I mean, at one point, somebody had a medical, they needed to raise medical funds. They needed to raise money. And so people who were involved in the lower production were organizing a crowdfunding campaign to help somebody else in the team, on the crew, raise money for their medical emergency. And they were told by the higher ups, the executive producers, take that down or you're fired. We don't need the bad publicity. Not that we're going to help you all pay. Not that we're going to give you better health insurance. Not that we're going to help you pay for it. You take the debt. Don't you dare give us bad publicity. And this person was threatened with being fired for trying to raise the money for a fellow crew member.
That's shameful.
This is what we do to that.
Yeah.
No, my favorite is
Yeah. A few of them. So here's the most damning that really started to kick this all off. When the Ellen show was taken away from was taken to her house, and she began to broadcast the Ellen show from her house, she did not hire any of her crew. and they were not informed of what their job would be anymore. She hired non-union crew to come to her house and film, and told basically, yes, yeah. I'm like, really? You just bought a $27 million house that you, I'm sorry, compared to a prison while you were in quarantine.
Yeah.
And then you told everyone except your executive producers are still on payroll. Everybody else is on unemployment and in limbo. But you hired a non-union crew to come in and tape. By the way, her show is definitely about to be canceled. They don't have enough ratings for the sponsors anymore. Unlike people like Trevor Noah, who's done really, like, there's really no change in the viewership whatsoever. The Ellen Show, without her audience of groupies, is completely boring to watch and nobody's tuning in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is completely shameful.
So, official investigation opened up by Warner Brothers, and my whole thing is like, there's no way you guys couldn't have known this.
Yeah, there's
like, don't give me this
absolutely
investigation crap. Yeah,
it's
your number.
It's been well known for years.
Yeah, it's your number one daytime show.
Yeah,
I
don't
know though.
Huh?
Like, this is literally the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I started like all on social.
Facebook often.
Yeah. I get it because I'm following like all those tea spilling channels on YouTube, so I get the tea spilled. I get to watch the tea get spilled.
I haven't been listening to the tea spilling.
Why does the disrespect have to be tea? Spill the tea. Tea is better than that. Don't disrespect tea.
Because if it's like highfalutin, you're drinking tea. It's tea time. So you're sitting at the table during tea time, and you're gossiping about every fucking thing that's going on. So it's spilling the tea because you're sitting there sipping and gossiping.
And if it's super hot, you're definitely at risk of spilling all the tea.
Then let's talk about spilling the coffee.
The coffee. Coffee stains. Tea sounds fun. Coffee stains everything. I don't want to spill the coffee. I'm gonna spill
coffee's like lower class. Tea makes it sound like you're highfalutin, like, and you're
right. The pinky goes up. And I was like, but that's none of my business.
That's not my
sorry,
business.
I love my tea.
It's not my business. So yeah, when
I prefer tea over
the new terms. The new terms I had to explain were spilling the tea, receipts. Receipts don't mean what you think they do. Receipts mean something new now. So you say you're spilling the tea and you have the receipts. So I had to explain that to my I had explained that, all of that. She's like,
I was like, receipts? What do you, when you said it after spilling the tea, I'm like, oh, I know. It's the proof.
The proof. It's the proof.
It's the proof.
Yep.
And I have the receipts.
Yes.
I'm too slow.
It's, again, you have to have like no life and follow all of these like spill tea and know what Jeffree Star is up to and know what this person's up to and what's going on with Ellen and
let's
Brittany.
not talk about Jeffree Star.
Hashtag free Brittany, and you gotta like know all this stuff going on and
what do you do now?
Free Brittany.
you don't know anything about that?
It's her. So the interesting thing about this in pop culture is that a lot of people are comparing her to Kanye West when you think about the repercussions that are happening. So basically, Britney Spears' conservatorship, and I'm going to give a shout out to Britney Spears because, I mean, first of all, you're talking about somebody who has been in the spotlight for what? 26 years, 20-something years, right? She's a part of pop culture. She has been parodied in every comic book and every TV show. She has been on South Park. Everybody knows who Britney Spears is, right? This is a woman who was put into a strict, basically reserved for only people with severe dementia conservatorship under her father 12 years ago. She is not allowed.
She didn't even have a relationship with him at the time either.
No, he came out of the woodwork and just locked that stuff down. She is not allowed to hire a lawyer to represent herself. She's not allowed to have a baby. She is not allowed to eat what she wants. She's not allowed to go where she wants. She gets roughly $1,000 a week. Meanwhile, she has put out 4 albums. She has done several years in Las Vegas doing that. She's done 3 international tours, 3 international is it 3 or 4? Somebody correct me.
I think it's 4. I want to say it's 4.
4. She's done her perfume line is making money over fist, hand over fist.
Yeah,
Just a ridiculous amount of money. Her lingerie line, she is worth a lot of money. She doesn't get any of it. Her family takes all of it. Her sister gets 1.5% of her estate for sitting on her ass, and $130,000 a year in salary on top of that. Because
did this happen in the first place?
Why was she put in the conservatorship?
Yes.
So when she had what was like the there's a term for the first the 72-hour hold that you're put on, like they have the term when they put you against like 54 or something, like a 554, like observation.
Yeah.
It has a code. So she had breakdowns. Clearly she had problems, but you have to and my 2 cents is a lot of it, just like South Park said, was caused by what was being done to her at the time too. Like clearly being run off her feet, clearly really young, clearly not having anybody do anything but say very young with a lot of money and a lot of fame and a lot of responsibility and a lot of people telling her what to do. There have been hints over the years that she is bipolar. There have been hints over the years that she's manic depressive. This is all entirely possible. We're not allowed to know any of what her actual, and that's fine. That's her business.
Yeah, that's her business.
But she's not allowed to talk about any of that. She's not allowed to give an interview. She's not allowed to go to In-N-Out Burger. Last time she went to In-N-Out Burger, no joke, they put her in 72-hour lockdown.
Yeah.
That was just a couple of years ago. They did that.
Why isn't the ACLU taking part of it? Like,
pregnant, I don't understand.
Why was she? So she's putting it because her father petitioned the court to have the conservatorship put on. This is the type of conservatorship you would do if your parents were in the late stages of dementia and couldn't be trusted to even take care of themselves.
Obviously,
she's not. No, if you keep telling her to make all this money for you, you're telling her to do an international tour, concert tour.
Yeah, if she's
able to do all of that to make you $100 million a year, and she doesn't get any of it. Her father takes all of it. Her lawyers take all of it, and her family's been taking it. 12 years she's been under this conservatorship.
So why does that allow them to say, you can't eat this, you can't get pregnant?
The argument for that is that this is how she's making money. She can't make the decision. Just like it's if you were in severe dementia, you can't be trusted to give you. Okay, so that's what they put her under, as if she had severe dementia. That's exactly the same conservatorship they gave her. Huh?
I have dealt with people with dementia because I worked at a specific place where you take care of residents that have either like dementia or Alzheimer's, and seeing the most severe cases there.
Yep.
Literally the exact opposite of that.
Of so what?
Bullshit.
What she's been under for 12 years is absolutely unheard of. Nobody is under type of conservatorship for 12 years who's able to perform. Like you're saying she's capable of doing all of this to make you all this money, but she's not able to control her life. She can't decide when to leave the house. She can't nothing. So and her diet, her exercise plan
for her then.
So what?
Why isn't the ACLU fighting for her then? Like that's literally taking away her rights for no good reason.
There definitely needs to be an argument made, and the part of the problem is one of the binding agreements of the conservatorship is that, and it's supposed to be temporary. It's supposed to be something that you check in on every 6 months. If somebody's in a really bad spot, it's supposed to be something that you reevaluate in a few months, given like what a psychologist and a psychiatrist and a therapist and a doctor and what's supposed to be a third party representation would say. Well, she's not allowed to hire a lawyer for herself. Yeah, that's one of the binding contracts. She's not allowed to have representation. She's not allowed to give interviews. Her social media belongs to somebody else. She's not allowed any of that.
Yeah, like I mentioned, the ACLU, isn't that an independent advocate type of group?
She's not. So the problem is that she's not allowad to ask for one.
But in childcare, during like divorces, they will give the child a guardian ad litem
or an advocate, which are could be two different things under the definition. But yes. So The hashtag
So-
movement right now, hashtag Free Britney, is the one trying to get people to understand, like, this needs to be reevaluated. Like, this is bullshit. You can't keep locking her up every time she decides she wants an In-N-Out burger. At a 38-year-old woman with 2 teenage boys. Like, this is not okay. And
stopping her from having any other children if she wants them, but having disability, dementia, whatever, is not about I am going to control you.
right.
It's about giving them the greatest degree of independence that they are able to entertain. So
Yep.
it's little Johnny. It's
The
not about those things. It's okay, do you want the red shirt today or do you want the blue shirt? If little Johnny can make that decision, give him the option.
She's allowed to shop at Target with a supervisor. That is what she's allowed. And she's
So
allowed
they
an allowance every
really
week.
sounds like they want to live off of her hard work and not have to do anything themselves.
They get all
So
the
she
money.
can-
Her father is in charge of all of her money. He is the executor of the estate under this. And every time it gets renewed, he has complete control over her money. And and I'm like, are you giving Jamie Lynn money to keep Jamie Lynn quiet? Like, what are you doing? The only one right now who's been speaking out has been her mother, Britney Spears' mother, who's had no control over that. And Kevin Federline took out a restraining order on Britney Spears' father. Britney Spears' father is not allowed near the kids anymore because apparently he hit one of the kids.
Yes, I did hear about
Yeah,
that.
he's allowed to be in control.
That's heartbreaking. That is utterly heartbreaking.
This is cruel and unusual punishment.
And
Like,
look at, and
Is better than this.
somebody like Kanye West is allowed to do whatever he wants, but a girl like Britney Spears has been under conservatorship for 12 years because she shaved her head.
Because
Yeah.
she decided to make a statement and shave her head.
She got pissed
Tell
off.
us what's under her wig right now, please.
Or whatnot, and it was hurting her head a lot, and the hair salon wouldn't do anything to fix it, so she shaved it off.
Uh-huh.
I would
There-
too.
With
Because they control her look. She's not allowed to change her look. She's not allowed to gain weight. None
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
I would love to continue this conversation, but it
But
is
Alec is
10
ready to go.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we have to concede the floor to Alec. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. If you could move on over to Trek After Dark for us, and we will see you all on Thursday.
Thank you,
And long life.
everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.